All right, shalom, shalom. This is your brother Zachariah Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, coming with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord willing, this be edifying to the Lord's elect. Salakia. Salakia. And before I get started, all right, with this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. To you Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations, but your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. I want to say peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, to all of you, all right, both near and far, shalom. And, just pretty much want to report on the goings on, over in the Levant region, in the so-called Middle East, which is West Asia. All right. And, Iran is declaring victory. All right. Iran is declaring victory over America. All right. These jokers are talking about there was a deal that was signed. And, it's celebration all over the place, man. All right. And you have to remember, all right, when all else fails, look at prophecy. Look at prophecy. Because you got to understand, we have that more sure word of prophecy. You see what I'm saying? This is not something that's going to remain. You see what I'm saying? The scriptures say what they say. Right? So it says, Iranian Foreign Minister Arachi says war with the United States is over. Okay? And we know this thing's finna ramp up, man. All right? When they say peace and safety, Lord will now get that precept, man. All right, but I got this article that I wanted to share with you from endtimeheadlines.org. Bear with me. All right, so it says, the article from End Time Headline, it reads, Iran government declares victory in war. According to a report from the Financial Times, as Iranian state television filled the airwaves with triumphant anthems following the announcement of a deal with the U.S., a narrative of success began to solidify in Tehran. The Islamic Republic, which endured significant setbacks during the recent conflict, is now projecting a newfound sense of confidence and resilience. The agreement, which appears to mark an end to direct hostilities, has been framed by Iranian authorities as a major diplomatic win. State media has emphasized that Washington was compelled to come to terms, highlighting demands met, including the reopening of key maritime routes and other concessions. This portrayal comes even as the country grapples with the devastating impacts of the fighting, including damage to infrastructure and military capabilities. All right, and if I'm not mistaken, they're being given $300 billion in efforts to rebuild. All right, as I was listening to Vice President J.D. Vance, all right, earlier today, it says Iranian officials have used the moment to rally domestic support broadcasting celebrations and underscoring the regime's endurance against what they describe as aggression. One senior figure reportedly stated on state television that the outcome demonstrated Iran's strength, with the U.S. forced to sign the agreement to halt the conflict. Another quote attributed to a regime spokesperson reinforced the view that Tehran had successfully defended its interests, preserving core positions despite intense pressure. While the deal offers a pause in the fighting and potential economic relief through eased restrictions, the regime's internal messaging focuses squarely on triumph. This approach aims to bolster morale amid the losses suffered, positioning the leadership as victorious guardians of national sovereignty. All right. So let's get this going. Let's go to the scriptures. This here in Isaiah chapter 48 and verse 22. It reads, "There is no peace, saith the Lord power, Yahweh, unto the wicked." Okay? There is no peace towards the wicked, man. All right, this thing is not going to go. It's not going to go in the direction, you know what I'm saying, that people around the world wanted to be. Let's bring peace, or let's bring an end to the war and all these things. No, man. No. The scriptures don't say that. All right? The scriptures tell you what is coming. Let's go to Matthew chapter 24. All right, because right now a lot of people are being lulled to sleep. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are being distracted by all these different things, like the Knicks games. What else? The FIFA World Cup. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's being distracted. So that lets you know something big is coming. Something big is coming. And now they got this deal, this quote unquote deal that's been signed. You see what I'm saying? All right, we go and get into this, man. Let's go to Matthew chapter 24 and verse 4 says, "And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you." Okay. Verse 5, "For many shall come in my name, saying, I am anointed, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet." Okay, it's not yet. We still have a ways to go. We got more prophecies that have to take place. All right. Jacob's trouble has to intensify, which will culminate, all right, to the hour of temptation. And that's where you see the chip. That's where you see the chip. Where it's mandated. You see what I'm saying? And something major is going to happen. Something major is going to pop off. Okay, that's going to get this thing started all over again. You see what I'm saying? Why? Because the scriptures say that the least of the flock shall draw them out. All right? The least of the flock shall draw them out. It says right here, it says that Trump administration rejected Israel's request to see the Iran deal text. Okay, so apparently the Trump administration is not allowing, all right, Satan Malachowski to view the details of this plan, of this deal. You know what I'm saying? So what's that going to leave if this is the case, right? If this is the case, then what does that leave these Amalekites? Don't forget about that Samson option. You see what I'm saying? Don't forget about that Samson option. So they've, that it's not going to end. It's not going to end the way people think it's going to end, because prophecy tells you otherwise. Okay, it says, verse 7: For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and earthquakes, famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So we finna see more. All right? We finna see more, man. Why? Because these devils are they're about to pull that, they're about to pull the deception, man. All right? They're about to pull the deception. So, of course, now would be a good time to put things on pause. All right? Because it's time for the big show. It's time for the big show, man. You know what I'm saying? We got this whole this whole 4th of July 2050 celebration that's coming. All right. It's about to get real, man. This is Psalms chapter 55 and verse 20. It says, He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Okay? So it says that he broke his covenants, man. These devils always break their covenants. So here it is. A so-called peace deal was signed and finalized. And what's going to happen? You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's go to Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 20. It reads, Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord Yahweh, that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. See what I'm saying? The earth is moved at the noise of their fall. At the cry of the noise thereof was heard in the Red Sea. So this thing is coming, man. All right. Don't let this don't let this whole situation of a peace deal or anything like that. Don't let that don't let it distract you, or don't let it steer you away from prophecy, man. Because prophecy must come to pass. Yahushua said, "The world may pass away, but my words will never pass away." Roughly paraphrasing. Let's go to 1 Thessalonians. All right. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 1. Let's just go straight to the point. Let's go to verse 3. It says, For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. You see? So when they shall say peace and safety, just know that this thing's about to hit. It's about to hit hard. See what I'm saying? This thing's going to hit, and it's going to hit hard. What they about to come with is going to catch a lot of people off guard, man. A lot of people. Because that big event has to happen. And that's what's going to segue into the infrastructure of this beast system being finalized, right? I just actually, as a matter of fact, let me get this real quick. All right, bear with me. All right. So check this out. It says DTCC. All right, DTCC, the company that processes every stock trade in America, has announced that they're moving to blockchain starting July this year, 2026. $114 trillion in assets will settle on chain instead of through the old system. Stock bonds and ETFs you buy will live on blockchain. Okay? And the blockchain is the glue that's going to cause all these what's the word? It's going to cause all of these financial systems and institutions to operate on. All right. So this is where they're going with it, and July is just right around the corner. You know what I'm saying? Today is what? Today is June the 16th. All right. So that's like what, 2 weeks from now. So, yeah, this thing is moving forward, man. All right. And going back to this whole situation with Tehran, okay, declaring victory, I wanted to share what I just came across. All right, the beloved brother Yeramia had reported this. All right, he shared this video, so check this out.
If there's a real deal between the Americans and
this is fair use. All right, fair use. I'm not making any money off of this. No monetary gain is being made from this footage. All right. This is fair use under the Copyright Act of 1976. It's for educational purposes only.
If there's a real deal between the Americans and the Iranians, and it's going towards that, Netanyahu will try to sabotage it. One of the ways he'd sabotage it is by putting out Epstein material against U.S. government officials, including Trump. And he put it out there. New material that wasn't seen before in public.
So it's not just Trump. I know that Howard Lutnick is mentioned. There are other officials.
And not just Trump, other officials too. Yes. And he'll try to sabotage the whole negotiation and deal that would be that they're trying to make together.
Yeah. Yep. Right there, man. And it could be quite possible. You know what I'm saying, that they may bring out the hard hitting shit. I mean the real hard hitting stuff. The heavy hitting stuff. Like we talking about babies. We talking about, this whole time they've been showing you like 14-year-olds. Okay. They if they was to really show the real shit, man. All right. Because I question, would that even be enough? Would that even be enough to get these jokers riled up enough to you know what I'm saying, to cause the chaos? You know what I'm saying? Would that be enough? Because them files already came out to the capacity that they have, and people ain't did nothing. You know what I'm saying? But what if they started to show you videos of what they did to infants? I recall that one Jake who said that he stumbled across the dark web, and he said that he saw this little infant, all right, being strapped into a chair in a medical room, and his doctor had all these utensils, sharp utensils, all right, and chemical compounds, and the things that he did to this child, you know what I'm saying? And I'll just leave it there. But if they was to show things like that, okay, that's all I'm saying. All right, that's all I'm saying, man. You know, this thing's about to get ugly. All right, this is about to get ugly. This summer is not going to be an ordinary summer, man. It's just not. It's just not. This is going to be crazy. All right, it's going to be crazy. What these Edomites got cooked up. All right, it is going to be crazy. So that's pretty much it, man. I didn't want to make this too long. You know what I'm saying? Just wanted to get to the point. And, remember, we have a more sure word of prophecy. We know what's coming. We know what's about to go down. As a matter of fact, let's go back to Jeremiah again, and let's read it. Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 20 again, it says, "Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord, Yahweh, that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them." Let's hear this video one more time.
If there's a real deal between the Americans and the Iranians, and it's going towards that, Netanyahu will try to sabotage it. One of the ways he'd sabotage it is by putting out Epstein material against U.S. government officials, including Trump. And he put it out there. New material that wasn't seen before in public.
So it's not just Trump. I know that Howard Lutnick is mentioned. There are other officials.
And not just Trump, other officials too. Yes. And he'll try to sabotage the whole negotiation and deal that would.
Yep. So that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much it, man. You know, keep your head on the swivel, man. Remain circumspect. All right. Watch as well as pray, because it's about to get hectic out here, man. So I'm gonna cut that there. I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. This has been your brother Zachariah Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Wachaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.